get started, you're going to open up the outline for Essay 2 in the link below, go to File, and make a copy. For this essay, you will be writing an expository research paper about 2 themes commonly found in college urban legends. For each theme, you will develop a research question that you will support with science-based evidence to better understand the issue. The requirements for Essay 2 are as follows. Your essay should have 6 paragraphs. This will include an introduction, 4 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Each paragraph should be at least half a page double-spaced, but it can be longer. Your essay must include citations for each of the 4 urban legends, as well as your 4 support articles for your research questions. It must include a works cited page and in-text citations. Your essay must be in MLA format, and it must be proofread for grammatical errors, punctuation, syntax, and style. In a previous assignment, Essay 2 Topic Submission, Themes, and Research Questions, you chose the themes, stories, and research questions that you will be using as the basis of this essay. Make sure you have full points on that assignment and that you have the document open before you start to work on your outline, because you're going to be taking that information directly off that document. If you do not have full points on that assignment, read over the feedback and make any changes, then come back here. You want to make sure that you have full points on that topic submission before you get started. This is what your topic submission will look like. Yours should have your 2 chosen themes, the 2 stories to go with each theme, so 4 stories in all, and then your 2 research topics at the bottom. Let's start by looking at the introduction. So the introduction for Essay 2 will be 4 parts. You have your hook, your definition, your introduced topic, and your thesis statement. For your hook for Essay 2, you are going to have more options than you did for Essay 1. You're welcome to use a quote like you did for Essay 1, but you can also look at other things to talk about. If you've never written a hook before or just need some ideas, I do have a link on the outline that you can click on, and it's going to bring you to a Google Doc with lots of different options that you can choose from. For your definition, you're going to define urban legend and cite the source of that definition. For your introduced topic, you're going to transition from the general urban legend definition to the specific topic that we're going to be discussing, which is college urban legends. All you need to do is really include 1 or 2 sentences that transition. So you could say, urban legends exist in places with high amounts of anxiety and stress, and one such place would be a college campus, or something like that. For your thesis statement, I have a template here, although you're welcome to, change this depending on what you want to talk about. You want to make sure that you are including the 2 themes of urban legends that you're going to be discussing, as well as the 2 research topics that you're going to be discussing. When you chose your research topics initially, they were questions, but for the thesis statement, you want to turn them into statements. So make sure to do that as you're working on your outline. For example, you might turn the question, how safe are college campuses, to students are concerned about the safety of college campuses. For body paragraphs 1 and 2, you're going to be focusing on your 2 themes that you chose. So you're going to say the first theme that is commonly found in college urban legends is, and state the theme. This should match up with what you said in your thesis statement. Then, to support that theme, you're going to include the 2 stories that you chose to go along with that theme. And those are going to go back to the topic submission that you submitted and had approved. So all of this is stuff you've already done. These are all stories you've already chosen. For each story, you're going to summarize the story using quotes and or paraphrasing. So you might include direct quotes from the story itself, or you might just put it in your own words. Either is fine for this. Just make sure that you do cite your story. So if it's a Major and Bray story, you're going to have Major and Bray and the page number. And then if it's from the Zhao article, you're just going to put Zhao. If this is from an online article, then you're going to want to include the title of the article and the author if there is one. Make sure that you have all that information, and that will be your in-text citation for this section. For body paragraph 2, it's going to be the exact same as body paragraph 1, but you're going to be focusing on your second theme and your 2 stories that go along with that theme. So once again, you'll say the second theme that is commonly found in college urban legends is, and state that second theme. Again, it should match up with the second theme in your thesis statement. And then you're going to go over the 2 stories. You're going to summarize both stories using quotes and or paraphrasing, and you're going to cite both of them. Body paragraphs 3 and 4 are going to be your research topic. So this will include the research that you've done. For your topic sentence, you are going to restate the theme that the research topic is related to. Again, you've already done this. This is all on your topic submission. So you'll say, by taking a closer look at restate theme 1, so the same one we did in body paragraph 1, we can understand that college students are concerned about, and then you're going to state your research topic. Again, it should mirror what you said in your thesis statement. Hopefully this is making sense. So by taking a closer look at theme 1, we can understand that college students are concerned about, and then your research topic. For your research support, you're going to find research-based articles or studies that help to answer your research question. So your goal is to state a question and to answer it. You're going to include the full name of the author of the article and the article title for both of your research support. Research support should be different articles. They can't just be quotes from the same article. They must be 2 separate articles, and you're going to include a couple sentences of quotes for each one. Body paragraph 4 is going to be very similar to body paragraph 3, except we're going to be focusing on your second theme and your second research topic. Once again, you're going to state that in your topic sentence, and then for your research support, you're going to be finding research-based articles or studies that help answer your second research question. So very similar to the body paragraph 3, just your different research question. As you're doing your research for your body paragraph 3 and 4, there are certain things that you're going to be looking for in the sources that you use. Number 1, make sure that there is a named author. All sources should have a named author. The only exception to this would be data coming from a government site like the CDC, where a bunch of information is being aggregated. Generally, an article should have a named author. If there isn't one, that is a red flag that information is not credible. Information is directly from a primary source, like the original study, or it is taken from science-based studies, and these studies are linked and otherwise available to see. So what this means is if an article talks about studies or talks about research, but there's no link to that study or research that you can go check, that is a red flag. We want to avoid that. So it should either be the original study where you're actually reading the study that was done, or it should link to those original studies. If it doesn't, we want to avoid it. We also want to avoid opinion pieces. These are not science-based and should not be used. We also want to look at sources that are generally less than 5 years old. The exception to this would be if you're talking about an event that happened a long time ago, and so you're using sources about that event at the time it happened. That's fine, but if we're talking about any studies and data and science, things change so quickly that we really want to include sources that are pretty recent. And then finally, we want to avoid sites that are trying to sell you another service. So if they're trying to sell you therapy, if they're trying to sell you a product, you want to avoid things like that. Now, if they're just trying to sell you a subscription to that newspaper or to that journal, that's fine. But we want to avoid things that are trying to sell us something else, because usually those articles are just bait to get you on that site, and they're not necessarily credible. Finally, we have our conclusion. So just like with essay 1, we're going to start by revisiting the hook. Then we're going to review the main points of the essay. What do you want your reader to take away after reading the essay? And then any final thoughts. You can consider the bigger implications of why studying this topic could help us better support college students. You could also consider why we don't take urban legends seriously and why it might be a good idea to spend more time researching the topic. You could also share anything you learned during the research process. Once you have filled out your outline, you will submit it and wait for me to grade it. We'll likely have to revise after it is graded, read the comments for instructions. I will have provided detailed feedback on what needs to be revised. Once you have full points, you can start your essay 2. Students who have full points on their essay prep assignments will get extra credit points applied to their essay, so it is always a good idea to revise all of your essay prep assignments.